Hey, happy, beautiful, amazing day. Dr. Bob Rakowski here with today's SARS-CoV-2 Science and Fact Update. So here we have Scott Atlas, MD, and Peter Robinson on a podcast called Uncommon Knowledge. And basically, Scott Atlas doesn't really pull any punches, right? He says, look, we have killed hundreds of thousands. We have killed hundreds of thousands. He says, and we know it, and we don't even know how many are dead yet, but the numbers go up every single day, and it is not justified. He said the policy of stop coronavirus at all costs. You mean at the cost of killing far more people than if you let it run its course? Well, that is what the policymakers have been doing, and many states far worse than others. You can look at the top 5 states that have killed people in nursing homes, had the most intense lockdowns, and did not protect the vulnerable. This podcast, there's your link to it right there, is definitely worth watching. So here's what he said. He says the disease has been responsible for 800,000 lost years of life so far. The national lockdown is responsible for at least 700,000 lost years of life every month, about 1.5 million so far, already far surpassing the COVID-19 total. Now, he says this is from very solid actuary tables, knowing the cost of unemployment and the cost of mental distress and things like that. So I showed this a week ago, and this was really looking at the data. The corona deaths are dwarfed by the policy deaths. And we won't even know those. How many cancer people didn't get screened? How many cancer people didn't get care? The numbers are going to go up beyond, right? And then you look at this journal, while media focuses on COVID case spike. Why do we have a case spike? Because we're testing 20x, 50x, 100x what we were, but we have the lowest death count. They are basically creating fear. And you have to ask why? Who's running the media and what is their agenda? And how can we get the word out that this has really been a farce? When you look at SARS-1, it started about the same time and it was done by now, long ago done by now. Every respiratory illness has run that path, but why is this one peaking again? Because they kept it around. Remember, flatten the curve, keep it around longer. This is no more deadly. It's less deadly than some seasonal flus. The original death rates were 100x what they're calculating now, and those are the numbers that they are still using. And by the way, this doctor says, why are they still using these numbers? We knew they were wrong 2 weeks in, but yet that's what they keep focusing on. So is it a crime to falsely terrorize people thinking they're at risk, shutting down businesses, creating drug abuse, unemployment, child abuse? Is that a crime? Well, here's the quote: crime, money, power, drugs are all linked. And I say it again: crime, money, power, health, they're not linked. Crime, money, power, nutrition, they're not linked. Crime, money, power, drugs, they're all linked. I had a very educated patient in this morning. I said, what do you think is behind this? He says, drug companies. Drug companies. Well, they probably have some of it because drugs are part of the equation. But where are we doing well? Well, guess what? We're saving kids from SIDS. Unfortunately, there's more homicides, there's more child abuse. Those things are on the rise, but SIDS on the decline. And why is that? Kids aren't going to their pediatricians. Now, that medical doctor said, oh boy, kids not going to their pediatricians, we're setting them up for, deadly disease later, like measles, like chickenpox, right? That's where I'm not going to agree with him. He said a lot of things that were fascinating. Check him out. Smart guy. I'm Dr. Bob Rakowski, truth seeker, truth speaker, absolutely knowing that we can all be happy, healthy, and successful.